Hey guys, welcome back to One Pretty Little Box and welcome to the very first Motivational Monday of 2019. We're going to talk about your goals, whether you should share them or not. Stay tuned.
Give me all that. So give me all that.
It's that time of year where we're all sitting down, writing down our goals, preparing for the year, and we need to make that decision. Do we share them or not? Well, in years past, I've always shared my goals because I had the belief that if I shared them, it's going to hold me accountable, and maybe by sharing my goals, I could help somebody else. That was my intent when I shared my goals in years past. And I was preparing myself to do the same exact thing for this year. Same thing as always. But I haven't always hit my goal. And now I know why. First off, before I go any further, the dryer is going. You're going to hear that noise. Sorry. This is real life. This is how I get things done and still have time to make a video before I leave for work. Which you guys are going to see this after work once I get home to edit and all that good stuff. Yay, you. Whew, I just had to sneeze. So glad you missed that. But it was Christmas Eve when I got an email, and it was kind of it was just a newsletter. I like to listen to Terry Savelle Foy. She is a very strong faith-based minister who believes in setting goals, and she's just a big success mentor. That is what she shares on all of her content. She's got a heart of gold, and I just love her. Of course, she's out of Texas as well. I think she's out of Fort Worth, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm gonna kind of adjust you a little bit. I'm trying to find the right spot, and I'm not finding it. Hold on. There, I think that's much better. That looks much better. Sorry. The perfectionist in me. So anyway, she had sent out a newsletter, and in it she talked about how there's so much scientific information on not sharing your goals and the reasons why. And I just kind of read through it. I didn't read the whole thing. I just kind of glanced through real fast to see what points that stood out to me immediately. And one of them was that sometimes by sharing our goal, we get the feeling that we already achieved it because we already have people supporting us, cheering us on, telling us, hey, you can do this. I'm so proud of you. Well, we haven't done anything to be proud of. We made a goal, but that is nothing necessarily to write home about, right? And so it just has been in the back of my mind. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand why I'm holding on to this thought until this morning, and I realized something. I did realize reasons why we shouldn't share our goals, and it's beyond the other. I don't think that many of us who actually attempt to share our goals are supported immediately by a whole lot of people. I could share my goals, and I have with my family, and one of them was one of the boys said, you'll make it 5 days, and he was right. I didn't make it further than I wanted to, but there was a reason behind why I didn't. It's not just because I didn't want to. It had a lot of how I felt, mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff, spiritually even. But one thing I have noticed is that when people start sharing their goals, they change. And not always for the better. They become their goal. That's all you see. Is once that goal is shared, that's kind of like their identity. You can't see beyond it. You can't see past it because you're waiting for that to happen. Especially here on YouTube, when all you're getting is a tiny glimpse of someone's life, what they choose to share, obviously. But if they've shared a goal on their channel, then people are watching to see if they achieve it and how they achieve it. And they're waiting, just watching. 9 times out of 10, sadly, just waiting to see if you fail. Not to see if you make it, but to see if you fail. Because most people, when they set goals, they're difficult. They're not thought out. They're not planned out well. And it is disheartening a lot of times. But letting a goal change your identity is not okay. You can, and I've heard this in many years, and it's from a sweet, sweet lady named Gwen Shamblin, and she said, you fall in love with what you focus on. So if you're focusing solely on your goal, whatever it might be, it does become your identity. It consumes you. It takes over. It's all you think about. It's all you work on. It's all you research. It's all you spend your extra free time on. And it changes your identity. And it's not always for the better. So many times we get lost in these goals that we forget who we are. We forget the bigger picture. We forget all the good things about us that we don't want to change. But yet those are the things that change first. I know. I've seen it. And especially in the last year on YouTube, I've seen it a lot. And it's very sad because I feel like the person that I like to watch has changed so much that I no longer enjoy that time with them, even though it's time on my part watching what they share. It's not like we're sitting down in a conversation. That could be completely different. Maybe sitting down with someone, has a little bit more benefits because you get to chit chat and say, go through that part, but then you kind of get to know who they are as a person. And YouTube doesn't really necessarily let you always do that. Unless, of course, they're doing a live chat, then you get to see a lot of their personality. But that is my biggest reason for kind of encouraging you guys to kind of rein in and don't share your goals ahead of time. Maybe let your life show it without words, and let the outcome be the voice. Because then if you changed because you were already in the process of changing, not because of comments that you read or didn't read, or videos that you shared or didn't share, or whatever it might be. Losing your identity to a goal is not okay. I've always been a mom. Well, I have always been a mom. That's been one of my biggest dreams. But, my daughter is 19 and a half, so I've been a mom for a long time. I've been a wife for a long time. My husband and I got married in 1995. Been married a long time. That identity doesn't change. It can't change no matter what goals I set. Unless I set a goal that destroys my marriage or makes my children pull away from me, even though I'll always be a mother, but that's not happening. Say I may set a goal to be a better wife. Well, that's a little different. But if I set a goal, say, to lose 100 pounds this year, one, I don't need to lose 100 pounds, but I'm just saying, then all of a sudden, all you're going to see from me is whether I lose or not. You're going to watch every video. You're going to watch my meal plans. You're going to watch my grocery hauls. You're going to watch different things. As you saw in my header, if you've ever gone just to my channel, it says weigh less, write more, love lots. Those are my goals. They're clear. They're clear. They're very clear. For you, they might not be. And even for someone like Terry Savelle Foy, those are not clear goals for her. But I have deeper goals that I'm keeping personal. I have talked about sharing with you at the end of the month how my goals went, what they were for that month, and if I achieved them, and if I wanted at that time to share how I achieved it, then there you go. But be very cautious with who you share your goals with, because it will change your identity with them. It will change who you are in a way. Any new growth is going to change you, whether you want it to change you or not. It does. I can share millions of little snippets, even within myself, of how changes, reaching goals have changed me. Like publishing 3 books, I know I can publish a book. Now I'm wanting to go a little bit deeper, and I've set a hard goal that I haven't even started on. And some people will say not sharing your goals lets you hide under them, but that's not true, because they're still here, and they're still here. And as long as those goals are in my head and in my heart, nobody can take that from me. But I also don't need to be reminded by anybody else of what they think I am or am not doing, because that's not very fair either. So with that, I wish you the best week possible. I do want you guys to go set goals, and if you want to share them, but just be cautious of who you share them with and the motive of sharing, because sometimes it backfires, and I don't want you guys to get discouraged this year with the year just beginning because a goal backfired on you. Because guess what? You have another day. You have another chance. We just changed the not the goal itself, but you changed the driver's seat. You may get into another driver's seat and drive something else to hit that goal. All right, I'm rambling. I'm gonna let you guys go. How about that? I made it through a video in the same room with Shelby girl. She did not bring me a BALL, and she did not beg to PLAY. And I have to spell this out, because if I said either one of those, she would be at my feet. Go make this the best week ever. Remember, we're just starting the year. It's going to be a good year. Bye.
Check you out, check your style. Did your friends just come and hang out? To the bar and to the back. I just wanna touch you, like a shot from the dark. Yeah, we girls, we know how to rock.